What is your time worth? $12 per hour? $15? $100? How much money do we need to live? In some countries, we can live with $20,000, maybe $30,000, while in other countries we will need $60,000 or $70,000 as a minimum. It all depends on location. We will need to see the differences by countries in another video. So let's assume our goal is $100,000 per year for reference. So it can be easily adjusted for your case. If you expect $50,000, you just multiply by 0.5. Now, let's find out what is our time worth. If we work for 8 hours a day, for 20 days on average per month, that is a total of 160 hours full time. We can work more, but we do not want to burn out. Work much more, and you will not have life-work balance. And we will not achieve our goal of doing this long term. If we work part-time, then we will get half of it, about 80 hours. Since we are starting this journey, our income at this moment is $0 as an indie game studio, and we do not have a publisher or any other funding source. We need to work a normal job during the day and use our free time to make games. Also, we need to take into account holidays and vacations. We cannot work continuously for 12 months without stopping, so let's assume we can work for 11 months out of 12 in a year, including holidays. So we have half time for 11 months, because we are working a normal job. That is 80 hours per month times 11 months. That gives us 880 hours. Then we can divide $100,000 by 880 hours and we get about $114 per hour. That means each hour of work is worth $114. If we want to earn $50,000 in a year, that is $57 per hour. So if you sit down on your couch to watch a movie for 2 hours, it will cost you $228 of time. Then, what do we need to do to earn that much? Let's say we want to sell our game in Steam Marketplace. If we need 3 years to develop a single game part-time, we will need $300,000 worth of time to finish it, or $100,000 per year. But that is only our salary. That's not what we need to sell every year to achieve our target. We know that on average, and to be safe, about 30% of the total sales can go into our salary, since we need to account for Steam cut, taxes and expenses like electricity, accountant, lawyers, and so on. So if we want $100,000 per year for ourselves, we need to sell about $1 million by the end of the third year. Now, let's say we decide to sell our game for $20. That means we need to sell 50,000 copies of our game to achieve our target. How many games sold more than 50,000 copies? Do you know? What's the number of units sold on average? What can I expect from my game? Let's look at some statistics from 2020. All of these numbers are on average and for non-AAA games. A game on Steam sells on average 1,500 copies and earns $16,000. Games priced at $10 sold 1,000 copies and earned $6,000. Games priced at $11 to $15 sold 2,000 copies and earned $35,000. Games priced at $16 to $20 sold 2,500 copies and earned $55,000. Games priced over $21 sold 5,000 copies and earned $200,000. Now, take about 70% off of that amount and you will get in your pocket after 3 years what you will see in this new column. It's not much, right? That is not good news. On average, we will not make it at all. Also, nearly half of Steam games have not made over $5,000 in revenue. Only a quarter of titles earn more than $50,000. The top 10% of games, which would be AA and AAA titles, and really successful indie games, have made more than $430,000. The biggest money makers are the top 1%, which can make over $25 million. If we follow the statistics, we can expect to sell 2,500 copies, well below the 50,000 copies plan. So we need to change our strategy. We cannot follow this path and take a 3-year development cycle. If we follow this path, we will earn $6.25 per hour of work, and still it's not certain that we will make $6.25. For this to work, we need to develop games in shorter cycles. For example, if we develop a $21 game in a year, we can earn $60,000 for ourselves. Not exactly our target, but a little bit closer. So whatever game we make, it has to take less than a year to finish it, from inception to release. Given that, we only have 880 hours to finish a game. And in reality, we have a lot less, since we are also doing YouTube videos. We have to pick carefully every task to achieve our goal. Releasing only one game a year will not help us reach our main target. What if we sell less units than expected? A game will turn more and more complex and more difficult to finish for every month of development. New ideas that may seem simple can increase the overall release by months and not give any of the expected returns. What if we look at a different business model? If you have seen the market, everything is changing to X as a service. Cloud computing as a service, cloud gaming as a service, HR as a service, anything as a service. Many companies now sell their portfolio of applications as a service, so they can have a stable and predictable income stream for years. So the idea of X as a service brings a lot of stability to companies. So why not apply the same to indie game development? Content creators are supported in Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee or similar platforms. Why not change the rules of a game? And instead of trying to catch the attention of all the crowded Steam community, try to catch the attention of fans and supporters, the ones that like your games and the products you make, so we can deliver videos, games and much more in a more stable and controlled environment. So one thing we can do to reduce our risk is to release as many games as possible per year that have good enough quality and are different from what big companies do. Work on variety of teams, explore new ideas and trying to mix and match concepts. So we can try to make 12 games in a year. And for every release game, we will learn how to make them faster, we will learn how to cut corners and not on quality, we will have a lot more lessons learned, and we can iterate on new concepts very quickly. It will be like doing a game jam every month. For this to work, we will not be targeting Steam as our main income source. We will do Steam for the best game or games with the most potential. Most probably none of the 12 games in the first year will be good enough for Steam, but if one is good enough, we can work on it in the long term and make it as a $11 to $16 game to increase its value and sell it through Steam. Assuming we use 1 week for YouTube content in a month, doing YouTube videos can help me cover some of the expenses, but videos also take quite a lot of time to make. Just to plan a script of one video takes 4 to 8 hours in just writing and research. That's 1 or 2 days of work. Then you need to add the recording and editing. That means we cannot release one video a week. It takes about 4 to 5 days to edit and record a video. That means we need to optimize YouTube video creation under 2 days to release 2 to 3 videos a month. And that doesn't seem feasible with the time we have now. So our best approach will be to release 2 content videos per month and release let's play videos of some games for the other 2 weeks, so we can have 4 videos per month. Maybe we can release Let's Play videos of our games too. This leaves us with 3 weeks of work per game. That means we need to develop a game in 2 weeks, or in 40 hours per game. Add 1 week for testing and get it ready for release and bug fixing. But we also need additional time to patch or bug fix all games as needed. Not much free time left. Later, we need to reserve a few days a month to work on the bigger game that will go into Steam. Also, as mentioned in the beginning, we only work for 11 months in a year, so we need to have a lot prepared ahead of time, and we do not have that extra time at this moment. So we have estimated now the time needed. But how about the income? For this to work, we need at least 1,000 supporters and funds to start this project. With 1,000 supporters at the lowest tier of membership, we will make $3,000 per month. Because we are not using Steam as income source, we will earn 30% more than before. That will be around $1,800 per month after taxes and other charges. Still not enough to expand this project, but it's a step closer. If we reach a bigger audience, we can think of hiring more people to finish content faster and help on game development. Please take a look at my Buy Me a Coffee link below. Your help is really appreciated. Once we beat the next 2 boss levels in YouTube, we should be able to monetize this channel. Our first boss level is 1,000 subscribers, and the second boss is 4,000 hours of viewership. This is one thing you can help me. If you cannot be a supporter at this moment, please click the like button, give me some love, and subscribe to this channel. The more people like these videos, the more people will watch this channel. In future videos, I will cover other revenue streams. We need to find as many revenue streams as possible if we want to succeed. That's it for today, and before we finish, let's see what is this week's quest. Click the subscribe button and help me complete this week's quest. If you like this video, click like and subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. See you next week. If you like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee.